How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And yeah, I just checked out of a hotel, which I stayed in all weekend. My parents were in town. If you're new to the channel, you're not very familiar with them yet. Don't worry, you'll meet them all later, I'm sure. And I actually had my little girl all weekend. And so it was a really nice opportunity to just spend some time together in the same place, as opposed to me having to like leave and go to my cousin's for like her naps and whatnot. I thought, you know what? I'm just going to take advantage of something that I had something that I had used to convince myself at the beginning of my van life that, you know, look, I have a little girl. If it ever is too like cold outside for us to be out there, if I have nowhere to go, and this is before I had like the generosity of my cousin sort of come to the forefront of everything. In my head, I was like, well, duh, we live in a huge city and there are hotels literally everywhere. Over a year later, I finally implement that and see how it goes. It turns out it went real well. So it was a lovely weekend, but now it's time to go back to our regularly scheduled van life. And I have got to get changed for work because I didn't bring any of my work clothes into the hotel, just the regular odds and ends. These guys did real good as well, didn't you? Hey, you better let her eat first. You know how she gets. All right. I grew up with Monica. If you didn't eat fast, you didn't eat. All right, I'm going to go to work and we will catch up after that. Yes, we will. Ooh, doesn't look that cold, but it's really chilly. Gotta fetch something that I dropped the other day. And the tool truck showed up today. I finally got myself a little extendable magnet. Oh, invaluable as a mechanic. Hold it with your head. Hold it with your head. I've missed you. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Whoa. Huh. Oh no, it fell off the magnet. Don't go back outside, it's very cold. You come here, you. Yeesh. Good Lord, close the door, you're letting out all the hot air. Oh, lights on. Hi, Penny. Wow, it's nice in here. Almost like we did our due diligence when we insulated Lucky and installed the diesel heater. So I've been having some issues actually with my diesel heater. Nothing major. It turned off on me the other day because of the fan. It said the fan had an error. The actual fan at the front of the unit that sort of pulls in cool air. It was making noise, so it was hitting something. I've looked up some YouTube videos of people that say the magnets hit some of the plastic housing and whatnot. I don't think that was the case in my situation, but turning it off and taking the cover off and then just giving the fan a little bit of a tug, like away from the rest of the unit, seemed to solve my problem. I just came here now, I was checking their litter and I could hear the fan again. So I'm turning the diesel heater off right now. It's powering down. And once the fan stops, I'm gonna do that again. I'm just gonna see if it makes a difference. And now you both are here. Hello. How are we today? Hanging out. Excuse me. Hi. Yeah, you guys are nice and cozy in here while I'm out in the yard at the shop messing around, freezing my balls off. Welcome back to Canada. Temperature's taking a dip. My buddy also stopped by because it's his brother that owns the shop to get his fuel filters and oil filter changed on his big Ram Cummins engine. If you've never changed diesel fuel filter on a truck, I don't recommend it. You can't tell because I wasn't wearing this shirt at the beginning of the video, but this is a new shirt that I had to ask my boss for after I took a diesel bath. That's lovely. I'm gonna have to hit the laundromat later tonight because I don't want to put stuff like that in my cousin's washing machine. And now I'm just replacing my garbage bag in case you didn't know what I was doing. And I was going to... We're in cinematic mode. Sometimes your finger slips and you just do stuff like that. Oh well. Oh, the fan stop. Nice. I think I'm gonna have something to eat first though. I was gonna make something like nice, warm, and sort of comforting, but it's, like I said, really warm in here right now. So we're gonna skip all that. Get a bowl. What the heck is that? I'm just gonna keep it simple. Bowl of cereal for lunch. Because I'm an adult and I can do whatever I want. And I wonder wonder why I get sick so often. Eat a salad once in a while. No, you can't make them. Woohoo! Ha ha! There. Can't tell me that doesn't look like a well-rounded meal. I mean, you can tell me that, but I'm not going to listen to you. All right, so cereal was pretty good. Now, the only problem with getting at my bloody heater is the way I designed this whole bed situation. It's not ideal. Maybe I'll get into it in another video. I've got an idea for one that I want to do in the near future, but for now, let's just reach our hand down here into the abyss. Oh, good Lord, we need a maid. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Let's see. I can't really tell yet. Sounds like it might be being a little quieter, which is good. Cheap Chinese diesel heater. Little fix, just give the fan a tug. All right, and that is the end of the work day. Oh man. And I've got, I don't want to say issues coming out of my rear end, but I was out here for my last coffee break of the day and I fired up the van and the switch for my DC to DC charger was on, and as soon as the engine kicked on, like before the engine even started, as soon as I sent power to the van, it completely killed everything in here. Like I'm talking, it disabled my fuse box that's behind the driver's seat. That is the main hub for the lights, the diesel heater, the fan, the fridge, and everything was gone. And of course, my circuit breaker for that main power is underneath the bed. So I had to tear everything off the bed and put it all up here and get under there and look. The circuit breaker didn't seem thrown, but it's a cheap ass circuit breaker that I got off Amazon. It clearly needs to be replaced. Eventually everything just kind of came on its own, which is super weird. So I really do have to keep my eye on that. You see how the lights are flickering right now? That's because the fuel pump for the diesel heater is going, and they're going in tandem with the fuel pump, which is usually a sign of too small a gauge of wire, but I've already upgraded that. I think it is the fact that it's going through that really crummy circuit breaker. So that's on the docket. I had one of my buddies at work order me a better, more professional grade circuit breaker, and hopefully I will have that tomorrow and I'll be able to install that and it solves this issue, because damn, that was scary. You don't want to not have power when you're looking down the barrel of the temperatures that are coming, which are quite chilly, obviously. Anyways, I gotta get changed, go get my kiddo, and then we will catch up after my evening with her is completed. That sounded very like,
is that?
Yeah, that's my question. You're not doing a very good job of holding down the fort.
Well, sorry. Someone has to drop off their daughter at a terrible time.
A terrible time? It's a good time. It's all on camera, by the way. And that is all you will get to hear or see of Happy Coffee Van Life in this episode. Yeah, the house is in a state. While I was at my cousin's, which gave me a nice opportunity to sort of clean this facial disaster up. Sometimes you just don't think about and then they said no. Everybody just calmed down. Moving right along. Gave me an opportunity to clean up this and have a shower, which I was very thankful for because of the whole diesel incident earlier today, obviously. And I was able to, in true Matthew fashion, just couldn't let anything go. I snuck back out to Lucky. I didn't really sneak. But I came back out to Lucky when we got there, and I was poking around because it happened again. All of the power from the fuse panel gone. And of course I tore back into the bed. By into the bed, I mean under the bloody bed. I gotta figure out a way to redesign that. And I looked at the circuit breaker and it was fine. I took the cable out and I put it back in and it didn't make a difference. And then I discovered that the negative connection on the fuse box was a little bit loose. And by a little bit, I mean quite a bit. And that was, I think, the only issue. And everything seems to be working fine now. But the house is in a state. I can't in good consciousness bring you back into the house right now. I don't usually care, but this is unacceptable. So we're gonna leave this segment here and we'll see what happens next. I don't know. All right, still in the process of cleaning the place up, but I was thinking about it and noticing, look, lights aren't flickering anymore. That completely makes sense with the fact that that negative connection on the fuse panel was loose. So, not losing my mind. Still going to replace that circuit breaker though. Just cause. What is touching my head? Also, I think I have effectively disabled the use of my pot because I just couldn't do it with the big boxes in the van anymore. So all of my little assorted Christmas coffees are now just free floating in this cupboard, which was nice because the whole process involved me taking all of the cat treats that I've received and putting them down here in my little hidey hole. But yeah, I'm not gonna be able to get that pot out without all of these sort of spilling onto it, and then I'll never get it back in. So that pot is staying there till I drank some coffee. Yikes. This is one thing I don't really like, the way the iPhone lens catches the little lights and you get those flares like you saw when I first got here and was yapping at you, which I do a lot of. The packages that I picked up from the mailbox, huge shout out to my subscriber Frances. Thank you so much, my dear. That was very thoughtful of you. She sent me some vitamin C pouches. Obviously that was in accordance with how I've been feeling as of late. I'm much better now though. And she also sent me an early Christmas present, which was a battery bank of 3. Can you really see in there? Where are they? There, 3 GoPro batteries for my GoPro 8, which is super cool. And this is the little charger. You just plug in USB-C there to wherever your other end of the wire goes. So they are all charged up, and that is awesome. Now I've got 4 batteries for the 8 and 2 for the 9. It was kind of serendipitous that this came in the mailbox today because I actually wanted to start this vlog and just use the 9 for the entire vlog. And I had the camera with me in the hotel room, but I didn't have an SD card because they don't come with SD cards. And I didn't have the 8 with me in the hotel room because it was in the van charged. It was a whole thing. It wasn't meant to be that this vlog was going to be filmed on the GoPro, but I do find it serendipitous that the batteries for them came today. I don't know. Anyway, I think I'm pretty much just going to call it a night, kick back, play some Pokemans on the Switch, and yeah, we will catch up tomorrow. Okay, and it is the next morning. It was a pretty chilly night. Oh, I mean, outside. In here was quite lovely. I woke up, the phone says that it's about minus 16 degrees Celsius outside. I didn't look at the wind chill. I need to start looking at the wind chill. That's the section that says that it actually feels like this temperature, right? And anyway, I woke up and I noticed my batteries are down to 12.2 volts. Now, I know I was having all of those like issues yesterday, and my heater was running all night. It's a little concerning to see 12.2 volts. Yes, my lights are on, but aside from that, the fridge isn't running right now. There's nothing else that has a draw on it. I'm thinking that the cold is actually starting to affect my batteries. My batteries are flooded, but when I went to sleep, they were pretty much topped up, and the water was topped up recently as well. So I don't know. I have to keep my eye on that as the temperatures continue to drop in my little frozen tundra of a prairie province that I live in. But for now, it looks like I better get to feeding somebody. Are you hungry? Your fur coat's keeping you nice and warm, huh? And while it's really nice here, I had the heater running on, I believe, 20 all night. Hang on. Yes, 20 degrees. And it is a nice 20 degrees in here right now, according to the thermostat. Or, yeah, get the thermostat. thermometer? No. On the diesel heater. But you got to remember that my vent is like right here beside the bed. So yes, the sleeping area is always quite nice. This area where my bare little legs are, this whole disaster zone is a lot colder. But it's a good thing that I got those foam boards on the floors. It makes it bearable. But yeah, it's just such a noticeable temperature difference just from the bed to here. Because of my power issues, usually what I do on mornings like this is I'll fire the van up, turn on my DC to DC charger. That will charge my batteries and bring them up to 14 whatever volts. Then I can turn on my inverter and use my Keurig to make myself a cup of coffee. But that always puts a huge strain on my batteries, even being charged by the charger. They go all the way down to like 11.1, 11.2 volts, which if you know anything about 12 volt batteries, it's pretty much dead. And it's not a recommended thing. And I think with it being this cold, I'm going to behave myself and we'll go get somebody to make our coffee. This is the worst part. When you realize you didn't fill up your diesel and you used your spare little jerry can because you were at a hotel all weekend and it was chilly and you needed to run your heater. Now we're bloody freezing and we have to get diesel before we go to work. Nice. We are still early enough that the lineup is not insane. So this won't take any time at all.
Hey, good morning. What can I get first?
Good morning. Can I please get an extra large coffee, 2 cream, 5 sugars?
Sorry, 2 cream and?
5 sugars, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All right.
I know. It's going to be one of those days.
At least you know how to come, buddy.
That's right.
Is that all?
That is everything, yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, man. Everybody just calm down. And a huge shout out to Susan for sending me this Tim Hortons gift card. Girl, you're saving my butt this morning.
Hi, Dan.
Hi.
Thank you. There you go.
Thank you.
$2 step on your card.
Awesome. Thank you. You as well. See that? Turn the heat back on. Get our butts to work. And then we'll figure out what the yuck we're doing for the rest of this vlog. Bye-bye. Okay. Oh, just getting settled here before going into the shop. Let's get the heater back on for you guys. Right. Hats fell down in transit. That's no good. And I suppose it's your breakfast time too, isn't it? Hi. Hi, Penny. Excuse me. Need a bowl. Should we get you some wet food tonight? What do you say? Probably. We should probably try and find a dish that elevates this a little bit for your sister, huh? She's hiding at the back. Here you go, Penny. There. And you know what, guys? I think I'm going to leave this entry here while the diesel heater kicks on and Lucky runs away up there for the next 15 minutes or so to give us a little bit more of a charge on our batteries. We're doing real good here. I'm going to leave this one here until the next one, you guys. Just go out there, be happy, be creative, be yourselves. Most importantly, be positive. And myself, Stella, and the Tubbers, we'll see y'all in the next one.